Hey guys, it's Felicia, aka Miss Hot Mess and a Randomness. So, I went to go start a video talk, basically about the movie I just saw through reinstating my AMC A-list. Got sidetracked, talked more about the AMC A-list, so I had to make another video. So, I just saw the new version of Fantastic Four, the First Steps, and honestly, I did not know what I was going to be expecting, meaning that, like, I saw the previews and I was just kind of like, oh, this is going to be cheesy. Okay, I'm also like, I believe Pedro Pascal is kind of like overplayed right now in the grand scheme of that. Like, he's in everything. He's oversaturated, like severely oversaturated. So I kind of feel like they were like, let's make Richard Reed, let's make him be it because everybody knows him and they're loving him and everything like that. So that was my going in and everything. So I was kind of like a little skeptical of what was going to happen and stuff like that. I also had initially saw the previews and being like, oh, it's like a 1960s like thing. Da 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 da. So it's like, because the thing is, if you watched any of the other Marvel movies so far to this date, there hasn't been mention of the Fantastic Four. So it's kind of like, especially then seeing the previews, that it's more of the genre, like, of, like, the 1960s era. Like, that's how I felt it was. And, so I really, really wasn't sure what I was going to expect. And because I was, like, kind of thinking, like, oh, are they supposed to be the original, like, Marvel, like, superheroes and everything like that? But it actually, so it's kind of funny if you watch a scene, or, like, there's a particular scene that's actually, if I remember correctly, it's played in the previews where Richard Reed, Mr. Fantastic, is legit doing the Fantastic show and everything like that, and you had these kids like being in the audience, and he's talking about like things, and he talks about parallel Earth, like different, like different I think it was timelines maybe, like, but basically at least different Earths and everything like that. And I thought that was kind of funny because I felt like that was going to be a segue, like, kind of like, I'm going to slightly give spoilers, I should say. I'm going to do my best not to, because, like, if you have any inkling of the core basics, which I only knew maybe about 3% of Fantastic Four background stories. I knew it was 4 people. There was Thing. There was the brother sister. And I honestly couldn't remember what their names were. But I knew one was Fire, and then I knew that there was the love couple and everything like that. And again, didn't even know, like, I knew one of their names was Storm, but I kind of, like, also knowing that they were siblings, I kind of forgot, because I was like, did she get his name? Like, I don't know. And so I also had heard of Galactus before. I've heard of the server, what the fuck, Silver Surfer. I've heard of her, of it before, because usually it's been a man, like, and I remember watching that in the comics. I remember in the after school, like, Saturday morning, like, cartoons during the late, like, 80s, early 90s. Like, I kind of vaguely remember that, because I will say, like, I never was, like, the comic book gal for Marvel. I think I might have read 1 or 2. It was more like Archie and Betty and stuff like that. Those are the comics that I, like, might have read as a kid, which I did, but I mean, like, but I didn't, like, read a ton. It was more like, I think in the early 90s or so. I don't remember, because also I'm 45 right now. And it's 2025, so you do the math if you can. So I knew a little bit of information, like, but that's really all I knew. So I also did not know at some point that they were going to have a kid. And if you watch the previews, you know that she's pregnant and everything that. I didn't know even the child's eventual storyline and stuff like that, like, or all that type of things. So it was all like, I feel like I was kind of going in with fresh eyes, so to speak, compared to someone who's been due diligent about reading all the comics and was going to be like harping on it's not true, da 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 da, like it's not to the fact. I will say, as someone who's coming in blind to this movie, I have to say, I think it was done pretty well. I feel like there was like a good amount of action. There was a like compelling story of what to draw you in. I will say that the Sue Storm and Reed Richards. Is it Reed Richards or Richard Reeds? I'm not sure, but like, they're like, because I think their characters, again, or how I felt about Pascal, like, because I don't know, I just didn't feel the like, oh my god, we made it, like, it was just like, okay, so Mr. Fantastic, I feel like, and hate me for stating this, like, because I really do think, like, everybody, including myself, like, I might have some autism. Hell, I got a shit ton of ADHD, even though, like, I've been tested and they say I'm negative. Like, it is what it is. But I think Mr. Fantastic has his own form of autism, and that's why he, like, works the way he works. Like, that's, like, if you watch the movie and you hear him, he says, like, this is how my brain works, like, this is how I process things, and that, like, makes sense and everything, that to me and everything. So, like, I just feel he kind of does. If you don't agree, you don't agree. If you agree, you agree. But yeah, so, and I know people I know that are autistic, especially, have their own love language. It's like, they don't perceive me like all like holding hands and all cuddly and all this stuff and everything like that. So they have their own form of doing it. And so basically, it didn't feel like the typical love story. Some idiot just basically ran into my car, probably because she's drunk, but okay. Yeah, just stupid people leaving the movies. But so basically, like, it worked, but it just didn't feel like, it was just, though I will say there is a scene and there's a lot of emotions, and I feel like I would, like, I feel like it was done all right, for him doing it. So, okay, maybe I just have a lot of hate towards him, and I'm trying not to, but, and then Johnny's hair was just, like, I don't even know, like, it was just kind of bugging me. I'm like, did someone accidentally cut it, like, horribly, like, or is it just the really evil bleach job that freaking, like, I don't know if he was supposed to look like a natural blonde because they're supposed to be blondes, or what, but, like, it just looked like a horrible dye job to me. I don't like the fact that you're in a car right now. I feel like at the same time, like, they could have put a wig on. I don't know, that's me being hypercritical and whatnot, but again, like, the surfer is supposed to kind of be, like, from what I remember, was most people male, and it's more female. So I think the way they did the story and the way it went, it worked in that sense. There was just, I will say, I was really happy with the movie. There was 2 end credits, so if you haven't seen it yet and you go to see it, there's 2 end credits. I'm going to let you know, the first end credit, it segues to the next movie. That basically that there will be an appearance to the next movie. I won't tell you what the scene's about. I just tell you that it does say that basically the next Marvel movie that's going to be out, they will be in it. So that's, but I still think you should see the end credit, and it's like mid credit, like basically, and then after that you can leave, because all the last credit was just basically a comic just being like throwing tribute to them, being like Sue Richards being invisible, like it was just more like an old school like comic. I mean, if you want to watch it, you want to watch it, but like it's nothing like pertaining to the storyline of the movie, as in like, or like the upcoming future of the arc of the movies. Yeah, so what I'm more upset about is Ben's character. This gonna sound so stupid, because Natasha, can't think of her last name, she was in Poker Face and things like that. Like, she's a really great actress and everything. She was in it, and I want to see more, and I'm hoping for there to have a love story. Like, I'm hoping like something has come true in the next movie. I really do. And so my cousin Chase and his friend Chris have a podcast, and what's funny is they were briefly talking about this movie this week, and they said no spoilers and everything like that, and so we're gonna talk more about it this upcoming week on Wednesday. And if you guys get a chance, if you're kind of like nerdy and stuff like that, and you ever want to watch a great podcast, either live, if you want to watch it live, it's at 5 p.m. Wednesday night Hawaiian time, which would mean, depending on if it's time changed or not, would either be basically like 7 or 8 p.m. California time, Pacific time, or it's basically 10 or 11 Eastern Standard Time. If you can't watch the podcast or when it's live, and they have it on YouTube, they have it on Twitch, they have a channel on Discord, or a thingy on Discord. It's the Smash Brothers. Basically, red emblem with boxing gloves, I think. But you can always watch their past shows and things like that. They are anywhere from usually about 2 to 3 hours long, give or take. I watch them from the East Coast, so usually it's 11 o'clock lately, and I end up lately been falling asleep during them, like, and it's my late night. But they were talking about the movie, and Chase in particular mentioned how, and it's very true, and I got it when I was watching. So if you watch the previews and everything like that, you know, they talk about Sue Storm is pregnant. She's going to have a baby. At some point in her storyline, she's going to have a baby. Gonna spoil it. She has the baby in the movie. Now, here's the thing. We've had moms before, but we have not had a mom, full action hero, who has gone head to head with the main, like, protagonist. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure if I'm using the right term. If I'm using the wrong term, please let me know. I honestly suck with vocabulary. Like, I have a thesaurus, but yeah, I just suck. Like, English, like, seriously, like, the English subject was not my thing. Like, basically, like, I was in special ed. I was better at math. Like, I just really sucked at it. But, so, the big thing is, like, cause actually, like, let's go through the list. Like, Black Widows. No children. Yeah, I don't think we've had one real Scarlet Witch. Okay, Scarlet Witch biologically did not have any children. She mentally conjured up children. So we've seen that. And I mean, like, so that's probably like the second, but her art, that was like not like her starting, like, basically was like watching her growth. So it's more like, hi, here's the introduction to a character. And in that same movie, you watch this whole thing where it's focused on basically battling the villain and protecting your young and everything like that. And, like, what lengths you're willing to go to and everything. So, like, and what was cool is that, like, basically, most of these superhero movies and everything that, like, for the most part, are, like, the man is the hero, da 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 da. Marvel has been giving women lately a bigger like, more focal point, because, like, we had the Marvels and everything like that, and, like, where you had 3 superheroes all at the same time sharing the screen and stuff like that. It wasn't like a standalone and everything, but you had Captain Marvel, her standalone and stuff. So, like, they are focusing a little bit more on, like, women superheroes, but even when she was going with 3 men, I really do think Sue Storm was the primary, like, character of the 4 of them. Like, and if you don't agree with that, please leave some comments, leave some debates, leave some, like, bring up points. Like, please, like, tell me who you think was the bigger focal point of the 4 of them in this movie. Like, and give me, like, examples and points and parts of the movie. Like, please, love to see that conversation. I mean, because I'm really not trying to ruin, but, like, the fight. Like, I'm just gonna go with that. The fight, like, the lengths she went to, for the thing, and at the same time, like, yeah, like, it's just, I'm trying to behave, but yeah, so I really did like it. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen in Avengers Doomsday, and even in Avengers, Secret Avengers, the one after that and everything like that, because apparently they're going to be in that too, according to IDMB, with basically the if you look at the actors who played the roles and you look at their upcoming movies, I know that Joseph Quinn, the one that played Johnny Storm and everything like that, he's in the next 2 Marvel movies. I want to say they're all in Doomsday and everything like that. So there's going to be stuff and everything like that. My prediction is, I'm calling this prediction out. They're going to so basically, I think Galactus literally was portaled to our, basically, like, whatever the planet is, but to our galaxy, our zone, our dimension, whatever. And so basically, that's, like, Doomsday originally was on their side, or he portaled over because he knows that there's the power. I don't know, just somehow they're linked and everything that, but they're going to, but Fantastic Four are going to portal over, and Galactus is over now on our side, and that's how they're going to merge. And yeah, and then basically it's just going to be like a clash of, because we don't really have we don't have the Fantastic Four in our thing, so they had to have come over. But then again, like, technically, like, everybody has their own people, so who are they going to be over here? Like, just like some mom and pop, like husband and wife, two people that don't even know each other. So there's just, but yeah, I think there's going to be a portal. Galactus is going to be over here because they got rid of him. They didn't kill him. They didn't get rid of him. And it was the Silver Surfer who, Silver Surfer did something and everything that. And so, yeah. Again, like, subscribe, share, comment. And this is one of my longest videos about a movie in a hot minute. So, you know that I was kind of like really intrigued and interested, and I'm really excited to be back at the movies. Also seeing the movie in the theater. So, also, side note, I never saw Thunderbolts in the movie theater. I also am like late on seeing Ironheart. I'm gonna have to freaking binge watch those because I have a weird feeling that they're going to play a factor into Doomsday, but I could be wrong, so I'm not sure. I'm actually going to try, like, get off of this and then upload immediately, so that way it's up. So, hey, you know the drill, guys. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Bye.